Hello, beautiful people. Carl here from Games, Brains and Headbanging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and it is the state of things. I'm back after another week break because I had no time. I know, right? Broken record stuff. No time. But things are just so busy right now. Even today, I actually considered not doing it this week as well, purely because I'm doing DesertFest this weekend. In fact, as of the time of this being recorded, in less than an hour, I'm out the door, on my way up to London to get the festival started, start seeing some bands today. It is one I'm doing from a press perspective, not a personal thing. Although I often write reviews regardless of whether I paid for a ticket or not. This one I wouldn't necessarily have been going because of affordability, time and all of that. Had I not got press for. I'm very grateful for that. It's my first time ever doing that. For DesertFest, I'm very excited to sort of see what the festival entails. The entire weekend looks like a ton of fun. Really excited to experience it. I've got an itinerary and a plan to try and see as many bands as I possibly can. Lou will meet me later on in the evening. She's going to join me when she's finished work because I'm off today. It is a Friday when it starts. And then, just looking forward to having a good weekend. Planning to do it mostly sober as well. Doing a sort of weekend. I kind of took the sort of like, oh my God, how much should I drink at Incineration Fest? And then thought, well, what am I going to try and do? Am I going to do that 3 days in a row at Desert Fest? I'm going to hate it. I'm going to be miserable by Sunday. So it was like, well, you know what? Change up the entire environment. Time to think a little differently when doing things like this. Now, I've told you before, of course, I'm not like a heavy drinker in any way, shape or form. But when I do drink out, I go hard and heavy for the most part. I can handle it, mostly. But I'd like to change that up a little bit, and Desert Fest is a great chance for me to do that. So today, Friday, my plan is to have one drink later on during the headliner, one alcoholic drink that is, and during the headliner, and that's it for Friday basically. Saturday, plan is have a few more. Saturday's a bit fuller, but not start till way later in the evening, to like 6, that kind of thing, rather than starting at like 2 in the afternoon. That's that. And Sunday, completely sober, because not only will it be the last day, but also I'm back to work Monday morning early, so I don't really want to affect that. And obviously I have legal limits on what I can actually drink when I'm working early between shifts and stuff like that. Anyway, so what have you missed? What do you want to know about? Obviously, last time I spoke, I mentioned lots of big things are happening. Both are ongoing. Not a lot of news. I mean, there is lots of news, but not like lots of interesting news. I am trying to keep this video as short as you can probably tell, just because I've kind of got to still get myself ready and go out the door, heading up to Camden to get my press pass, wristband, whatever it might be. I'm not sure for the festival, so I need to get myself ready. I need to shave my head. My hair is a little bit long. God, me and Brendan are always discussing this. Like. Fate has decided that I can't have hair, at least on the top of my head. I'll have a skullet. That's what will happen, and I don't want that. A little bit at the front, bald on the top, and long at the back. Don't want that at all, hence why I shave my head. But it's like, I have to regularly use, I have to regularly shave, and I use a skull shaver style thing, that like to kind of like trim and keep it like bald for the most part, change the blades every couple of months. But I have to do that every 2 days, 3 days out of push before it starts to get fuzzy. And I hate doing it. I hate doing it so much. It's like fate has decided that I can't have hair, but it wants to still give me a certain amount of hair. Is my phone going off? No, it's not. It was going off, but I thought I heard the ding, like I hadn't put it on silent. Yeah, so if I could just like do something to ensure that like it just never grows. Like I'm bald. Let me be bald and I'd never have to use the skull shaver and shave it off and miss a patch and then discover that I've missed a fucking rough patch there at the back of behind an ear or something like that. Anyway, it's one of my jobs that I have to do. But I'm really looking forward to it because today has been a good day so far. I've had a busy morning, but I planned it as such. I knew this was the case. It's rare that I kind of have a whole weekend where I'm in London and able to go home every night after the festival, easily, obviously. And then next day it carries on. That's not something I've really, really done. I've done it in other cities and other locations, but not actually in London because there aren't that many kind of multiple day festivals. In fact, actually, at least on this scale, multi-venue scale as well. So because of that, like it's had to upend my normal plans of a weekend in regards to videos, written articles and stuff like that. For example, it's Friday, a single slam needed to be done. Thankfully, I did a lot of prepping for that yesterday, then finalised it this morning. There's a Bury Tomorrow interview we're going up today, which as of the time you see this has already gone up, and that is like one. There's another one in a run of like three or four in fact that have gone up this week as well. So it's been very busy in that regard. Answering emails, booking stuff in, and kind of just preparing to shut down for the weekend. I am off today, thankfully. I've just done 7 days in a row. If you remember last time I was leading into a training session that went horribly. I do not want to talk about that. That was my idea of hell. I can't stand classroom stuff, and the idea of just being plugged in a room and told to watch a video for 2 hours was literally mind-numbing. Yes, that is pretty much what happened. I'm not going to talk about that, but yeah, that was Friday, and then I went into a run of earlies, my last significant run of earlies. I'm on earlies next week, but it's only 5 days compared to the 7 or 6 that I've just done. My time at where I'm currently working is coming to an end. Things are now finally beginning to shape up, and certain levels of training because of the different location I need are getting booked in from refreshers, familiarizations, all the things I need to do before I move over to my new area at the end of June. It's taken a lot of effort. I'm not going to talk too much about the ins and outs of the job for obvious reasons, but my God, is the prep for this feeling like it? Well, it doesn't feel like it's prepared at all, putting it simply. I banged my head against a brick wall yesterday, and I can't blame the people without sort of saying who or what grades they're in. I can't blame the people for not really wanting to get involved or do any of this because they're basically being shafted. It's making it very difficult for me and others to kind of arrange things. Really, yesterday I gave up after spending 24 hours really trying hard to get some things arranged and basically meeting silence from all parties from my current area to the new area. I was really frustrated. I came up with an idea, and that worked thankfully to kind of to put it simply, force people to answer me. Yeah, I'm a tricky guy when it comes to emails, work emails. Very different kind of tone I have there completely. I'm a lot more straightforward and, to the point and very, very, blunt almost. Some people used to say my emails came across like I was rude because I was just very blunt. Here's the thing, here's the problem, here's what I want, and here's what you should... That kind of thing, No, people say, obviously it was rude, I would get in trouble, so it wasn't actually rude, but it came from my time as a union rep. I was a union representative in several different facilities for many years, from an industrial side of things and a health and safety side of things. Thoroughly enjoyed the health and safety side of things too, but I did that for many years as well. Yes, I am that kind of guy. But yeah, so that's kind of progressing as it is, and yeah, I don't know. It's still too far away for me to get excited. I have another week at work, so I basically have. I've also done some fiddling around, changing of shifts with some colleagues, which have meant my last sort of shifts where I am now will kind of be more in line with what I like. So I've got next week, which is just earlies, and that's Monday to Friday. Then I go on annual leave for 2 weeks. Slam dunks next Saturday. Woo! That's the start of my annual leave. And Lou's birthday and lots of other stuff going on in that 2 week period. So very excited for that. Do that for 2 weeks. Then I come back and I've got one random day in, although I'm trying to use that for something else. Then a couple of nights. Then it would have been download weekend, but I'm not going to download. Too much going on at this time that is not advisable. Then I go back again for basically my final week, and it's just a couple of night shifts. And that's what I swapped with a colleague, and it's the perfect way for me to kind of wrap up my time there. With nights, I'll kind of just slowly fade out, and that's what I want. I'll finish one morning. I'll finish the Saturday morning. That'll be my last shift on that group, and then the Sunday will be where I officially start on new group. So yeah, it's all kind of just going along nicely. What's also kind of going along nicely, a bit slowly, and I know people told me and people said it, and anyone would tell you that, it's a very slow process, but my God, isn't house buying the most mind-numbingly slow process possible? Now, we did get great news this morning. The kind of news that was such a significant hurdle to overcome that we're very, very pleased. We've still got many more to go, mainly now all based around solicitor stuff. And this is where, again, things have slowed down. It's felt slow because everything's just been like, all right, on this date, this thing will happen. On this date, this thing will happen, and so on. We had our own survey conducted on the property. Few issues here and there, but nothing significant. Few issues that we'll have to look at over time, but we anticipated that, and it's part of our plan, to be honest, but nothing significant and nothing worrisome, so that was very comforting. But as of this morning, as of this time recording, we got a notification that we're going to have our mortgage offer finally delivered. Basically, they have done, as of a few days ago, the bank has done their valuation and confirmed it. They haven't come in and been like, oh, this is how much you want to pay for it. We think it's worth less than that and you need to find an extra 25, 30, 50 grand to make up the difference. That's not the case. They are happy with the valuation. And that is the good news we got this morning, which is freaking fabulous. So we're going to get that issued apparently on the next day or so. So really excited to that. We can pass it on to the solicitors and then just wait for all these checks. The packs have been passed back and forth. It feels like it's all good, but I still can't fully relax, man. And I can't fully relax until those contracts are signed. It is one of the worrisome side of things. I was talking to Lou about this, like how... Imagine getting to this stage. Imagine getting to another couple of weeks, perhaps, when you still haven't signed the contracts, and then something goes wrong. Someone pulls out, these sellers pull it out and change their mind. Something significant happens in their life that forces them to change their mind. And it all falls apart. Not only will we will have lost money, you know, a decent amount of money, but like imagine all of this. Like it's been, what's it been now? Nearly a month. Nearly a month. Nearly a month. Maybe a little over a month since we've fully kicked off this process. Even longer if we're talking about from the first point we started viewing. And I know it's like, don't think about that, of course, and I don't really think too much about it. But man, oh man, it's there at the back of my mind. I just want to get to that stage where those contracts are signed and nobody can back out from a legal perspective. Of course, even after that, there's still time. You still got to exchange keys. You got to exchange keys. You got to exchange contracts. You got to do the last little bits. You got to get the keys, and then you got to do a whole finalization thing and all of that. But like that will be when I finally feel like, okay, now it's time to move. Now we can start moving or planning to move and stuff like that. Here's the thing, right? As frustrated as annoying as it is to be slowly moving forward, we are moving forward. That is an important thing. That is a real plus and something I'm really happy about. But not only that as well, the longer it takes, weirdly, the more it benefits us from this perspective. Because obviously, I think I've told you before, but let me just reiterate. We're in a flat right now. We have this flat contract signed until September. It is right now the end of May. There's no chance, realistically, we're going to be moving or this is going to be finished realistically by anything but the end of June, I think. Maybe even into July. That's the kind of time frame I'm putting in my head. It could be a bit sooner. Hopefully it will be, but it may not be. The longer it takes, the less we'll have to pay. So we have set a large amount of money aside, enough actually from last month. So it would have been last month up to September where we could have covered the costs of this flat and the mortgage, basically. And then we were going to get work done in the house while still living here. That's still the plan. It just means we may not get as much time previously. But basically, it's obviously the longer it takes, though, the less we'll have to pay, the more money we've got in our pocket. So already we've got the benefit of 1 month. Less rent having to pay. That's now in our pocket because we initially planned to do this from the 27th of April and it's certainly not going to be the 27th of May. It could even be the 27th of June. So each month that drops is one less month we got to worry about paying rent and all of that extra on top of the mortgage. So the longer it takes on that front, it's more beneficial. Ideally, we just want to settle though because it's just such a process. I can't imagine what that process would be like in a chain. Like I think, goodness me, this is no chain here. We're not on a chain. The sellers aren't on a chain, and it still feels really, really slow. And there's so many people involved. There's so many moving parts, and I know why. But it does feel like, man, there's areas of this that could be simplified, you know, combined, made easier. Just honestly, it's crazy. But obviously, there's such a large amount. It's the most expensive thing I'm ever going to buy in my life. And then again, I'm not really buying it, so to speak. I'm loaning it from the bank for a long bloody time. That kind of thing. So, yeah, I get it. But yeah, it is moving forward. The point is, everything, those two major things that are going on in my life, the changing of the job / location and the moving home, potentially buying a house and all of that is moving forward slowly but surely. Each time, hopefully I'll have more to share with you. Oh, what else? What else I've been doing? A lot of that really, I've just been trying to put out fires in a positive way from the website and the channel, all that over the past week or two. Things are so busy that I've had no time to do reactions with Brendan. I've wanted to, but we've had no time. I know he's been very busy as well. Post-Incineration Fest was a little bit of Post-Incineration Fest blues, particularly as going back into work straight away. All of this has just been kind of like, okay, carrying on. I've been on earlies, which means I've been tired a lot as well. Earlies are probably the worst shift for me. purely because of like how early I have to go to bed. Like, you know, I'm going to bed at like 9, half 9 most nights, waking up at 5:30ish kind of thing. And yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. Being at work on earlies is good. It's often when I'm at my sort of most clued in, like, you know, switched on weirdly. But by 1 o'clock, I start to really feel it as well. By then, I've only got like 2 hours left. Obviously, then having to drive home, I get all the school traffic, which sucks as well. So it's not been a great week, and I'm not particularly looking forward to doing it again next week. But it's the last. It'll be the last, so that'll be something nice as well. In between that, trying to play a little bit of Xbox here and there. Still working my way through the Outer Wilds. Not the Outer Wilds, just Outer Wilds. They're two different games. Outer Wilds. I, like everyone, I found the game to be very compelling, but frustrating as well. I initially tried to play it from a more explorative perspective, but found myself very frustrated by the lack of forward momentum. I probably spent about 10 hours just lost. I did, you know, to discover things and found my way through certain areas, and that was interesting. But I prefer to have a bit of structure, a sort of guide if you want. So I decided to use a guide for it. And it was a really well-written guide that really allowed me to enjoy and experience the story while following step-by-step processes. And I loved it for that. Weirdly, I ended up enjoying the game much more because of that. I'm doing Echoes of the Eye at the moment, which I'm a little on the fence about. It's different in the sense that I like the kind of horror aspects of it, but man, I like the space stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the location, I love the ring and like all the things that happen in it. The breaking of the dam is cool. The first time that happened, I shit myself. But yeah, I prefer the space side of things. I haven't used rafts and just like myself, it's not that interesting. But it is a fabulous game overall. And goddamn, that soundtrack, right? That soundtrack. Immediately I tried to find it on vinyl, but it's pretty expensive, so that might have to wait. What else can I tell you about? Got more interviews next week. It's going to be a busy week as well. Really excited to talk to some cool people. But mainly it's DesertFest. Yep, I am shortly off to DesertFest, and I can't wait. Who am I most looking forward to seeing? Sea Bastard. Sea Bastard are playing today. I'm stoked to see them. Conan in the Roundhouse is going to be immense, and that's it. I've just remembered which one it is. It's Pallbearer. I am stoked for Pallbearer. I love them. I don't think I've ever seen them live, or if I have, I certainly can't remember them. And they're in the not Electric Ballroom, the Roundhouse. They're in the Roundhouse, same as Conan the Roundhouse, and I cannot wait for that. That is going to be immense. Zealanada should be great there as well. Looking forward to seeing this Summit Fever on Sunday in the Dev, as well as Slump and a couple of other bands, Indica Blues and the Black Heart. There's some cool today, Wallowing. Last time I'm going to see them for a while, according to their social medias. They're going to go away and start recording an album, so stoked for that. At the Underworld, which is a brand new venue for me seeing them in. So you'd be like, oh my god, you see Wallowing so much, you're going to go see them again. Yes, I'm going to go see them again. I like them a lot. What else about the state of things? I think that's about it. I had even less structure for this. Like I said, I was even considering just not doing it and coming back to it next week and being like, look, there we go. I had to miss 2 weeks because of all this craziness. But I thought, you know what? I've finished up my other tasks. I'm kind of watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine because I really never finished it, right? Like, I know it's finished now, but I kind of got to like 3 or 4 seasons in, and I do like it. I do like it a lot. I always laugh at it. And then I was stuck for whatever reason and then didn't go back to it. So I've gone back to that to try and get my way through it, because we kind of run out of shows to watch at the moment, like background watching stuff. You know, when you're working on something and it's kind of a show in the background. That's what I'm using it for right now. I've just gone through It's Always Sunny again. Done American Dad, Family Guy, stuff like that quite recently, so I don't really want to do them again. Don't really want to do any Brit stuff. Lou's doing The Office, so I'm going to do Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So, but watching that, thought I could do this. Just eat some lovely food. It's a good day. It's bright and sunny. Looks like it's going to be beautiful in London. I'm going to be going up to DesertFest shortly, which is going to be amazing. I got told that we're going to get a mortgage offer quite soon. Today is a good day, so I'm really pleased about that. By the time you see this, it's Saturday. I hope it's a good day there as well. But yeah, there we go. I'm going to stop rambling. You got any thoughts you want to share with me? You know what to do. Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It does help us out. You can find us at gbhbl.com and across all social media platforms. And if you really want to give us a bit of extra support, please consider buying us a cup of coffee over on our coffee page. Thank you.